Ciao world! This is the treadmill wheel that I have bought times ago, and it has, after a few months that I buy this, I've used it has a problem with the board that has some issue and some noise. It stopped working, so it happens to be the switching IC and the component around that. So I have replaced them and it start working there. I have another issue that sometimes the treadmill stop working, and I fixed that issue by resoldering here and there and changing a few caps and adding a new filter caps, and that last problem I hope is fixed, but we will see. I have cleaned the board. I haven't found nothing special, just this cap here that should be 1000 microfarad is almost 1/3 of its capacity. Then I have cleaned the board with isopropyl alcohol, and look here, because the board was coated, there's something chemical happens here, but that is not a problem. Also, I have soldered the MOSFET and the two main capacitor back in, because maybe there are some crack in the soldering. So now I'm going to try if this works. Once I have mounted this board on standby, there is a little noise coming out to this board, and when even just the display is working, the noise get reduced. So I investigate this circuit, and what I found is that this little ceramic capacitor goes in resonance and make noise. So I changed this and I have no more noise. Then I do a thermal analysis of the board, and I've noticed that there was a resistor that has high temperature. Even in standby, that resistor has 45 degrees, and when the treadmill is working, it's about 75 degrees after just 10 minutes of working. It was a 2-watt resistor, and it was this one. So I replaced this resistor with this bigger one, because people at All About Circuits tells me that it's a common issue. And anyway, this is the resistor for the low power source, that 5 volts, I think it's 5, I have to check, but anyway, the low power voltage, and it's not related to the main supply voltage of the motor. So now I think I am done. I have to check this and check the thermal and the noise, but I think now it's going to work. So this is the board back in the treadmill, and now with a new resistor, and you cannot hear any noise. I have also done a little mod, that is this switch here with a LED light by foot. This way I can power off by foot, completely turn off by foot this, and this can even don't go in standby. Thermal image is good with this new resistor, and I hope the work on this treadmill is finished. It works just for a while, and then stop working, and sometimes doesn't work too. And what I've noticed is that touching the board, it works for a while. So I think there's something related to soldering, maybe something is not soldered well. There are a lot of dust. Now I've cleaned it a little bit, and now I'm gonna try to repair this, which I think is something related to the board, because the motor spins for just a little bit of time sometimes. I have made many tries and now it seems to work. I have also built this adapter here to turn on and off connection between the board and the controller upside to the treadmill, and at first it seems to work just when there was the plus minus and the PWM signal connected. Then seems to work well all. Then I connect the original cable and then the problem came. So I thought it was soldering. I resolder here and there, and seems not to be that the problem, because it happens again after a while. So I have changed a couple more caps, and the last thing I've made, and it's like 3 months that it works, I have added a small caps between, 100 picofarad between the ground of the pin there on the microcontroller on the board and the pin that gets the PWM out from an optocoupler that gets the PWM from the top controller. And now it seems to work, but let's have the finger crossed.